it's time to finally start doing some more Halloween stuff. I got this owl right here. Very, very cool skeleton owl. Got one of these rats from the Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a nice prop. I'm gonna take the rat and I'm gonna zombie it. I'm gonna have it laying about right here. And I'm gonna take this owl and I'm gonna corpse it. And I'm gonna take the wings, pop them off, have them out, get it all corpse, get some feathers and everything on there. And then on the rat here, I think I'm gonna bust out some of these ribs and have this sit up like, it'll be kind of like so, and have some chunks in the owl's mouth with some strings and whatnot going down to the rat's cavity there. If you got something like this hanging around, go ahead and grab it. We'll do it together. So first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and pop these wings off so I can orient them how I want them. For the wings, I can go straight up like that, but I think it'll be better to have them kind of angled like that so you'll be able to see the insides a little bit. So I'm just gonna go right at an angle, just like that in the back, right there on the tops of the shoulders kind of, or the back there. And I'm just gonna drill some holes at an angle big enough for these, slide them right in, and then glue them up. Okay, I got the holes drilled out there on the backbone there. Got the wings to fit in there, kind of at an angle, like so. Just slides right in the hole there. And I think this will look much more effective as a prop this way. I think that'll look way cooler. Got my glue gun here, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue it in place. So if you haven't already, get yourself a cordless glue gun. It just helps you save the hassle of having the cord. Of course, when the battery runs low, you gotta charge it. I got 2 or 3 corded glue guns hanging around, but this thing is nice and it gets extremely hot. So, and it takes the big glue sticks. They have one that takes the smaller glue sticks. This is the one Goganova sent me, and I couldn't be happier with this thing. Now for the rat, I went ahead and pulled the legs off, cut them into pieces, and I think I'm gonna have it something like this. So this arm I'm gonna reconnect like that. This leg coming out like that, and then this leg's gonna be kind of coming over that way, like it's actually dead and laying out instead of all curled up. So I think that will be better looking for the prop. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all this attached. I got this little heat gun soldering iron deal. It's more of like a wood burning kit, but it's gonna work. And I'm gonna go ahead and get all the limbs reattached on this rat. Owl looks much cooler like this, a little more creepy with that arched over back and the wings up. I think that's gonna look a lot better. So there's the owl and the rat. Got all the limbs reconfigured here. I broke the jaw off and made it look crooked. So I think that looks a lot better, especially when it's laying flat. It looks a little more realistic as far as being dead. I think that looks better than the curled up rat the way it was. I like that better. And then this is gonna be somewhere about there. And I've got the hole in the ribs there. That's where the guts are gonna be coming out and stretching up to the owl's beak up there. So I think that is a pretty good start. Gonna go ahead and zombie and corpse these things and start adding some guts to them with the dryer lint and the red latex stain that I have. That's how I'm gonna corpse this guy. This part's really, really simple, really, really easy to do. You're gonna need a little bit of wood stain. For this one, I've got golden oak. You're gonna need a brush, a little cup to put some of your stain in so you don't ruin your whole can of stain, and some dryer lint. That's all you need to do this. It's really basic and it comes out looking great. Once you got your stain in the cup, you got your cheap little brush. These are like $1 now. So you can get a 3-pack for $1 from Dollar Tree. Go ahead and buy those. It's the ones with the black handles. They're perfect for this kind of project. Get your dryer lint ready. It's gonna look perfect when it's on here with the stain. The stain kind of acts like a glue for this stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy all wet. I'm just gonna kind of do it sporadically so it doesn't look real consistent as far as having the dryer lint on there. I am gonna take some liquid latex and make a tongue, put a little bit of red paint in a little bit of latex and just paint it on the table in the shape of a tongue, let it dry, and then I'm gonna stick it in here, just kind of hanging out and over. Make sure you cover your work surface, unless you got an old dingy table or something like that you don't care about. But this stuff will make a mess. Get some gloves because you're gonna use your fingers for this process. So you're just gonna kind of pull it and thin it out a little bit and then just stick it all over this guy. Dab your brush back in that stain and just let it drip on there. Once this is all dry, it's gonna be all stuck to this skeleton. You got some hair or some fur or something like that, you can mix that in, incorporate that also. Okay, so while the rat is sitting over here, I'm gonna go ahead and start attacking the owl. All you need is some red stain, any kind, whatever your choice is. I got a cup here with some stain in it, a nice throwaway brush, and of course, dryer lint. Go ahead and start staining your skeleton. Then you're gonna take your dryer lint and just stick it right to the stain that you put on there. Get some on your brush, and you're just gonna fill in that dryer lint and drag it around. If it follows your paintbrush or sticks to your paintbrush, that's fine. If you get a bunch of chunks hanging and dangling, even better. That's just gonna add to the effect. Put as little or as much on these things as you want. Don't worry, whatever you do, it's gonna look great. Don't worry about messing it up. I mean, you're just kind of staining the thing. It's gonna look ridiculous until you get done anyway. But once we come back and we do the black dry brush on this, it's really gonna give it that charred, burnt corpse effect that I'm going for on this. And really just have fun with it. You know, I'm gonna go all over this thing. Of course, I'm gonna have some bloody chunks in here hanging down going to the rat and build some kind of little stand for this. And it's just gonna be really cool to do. Don't worry about how much dryer lint you get on here. Do as much as you want. No matter what you do, it's gonna look really, really cool. You put a little light in front of this and have this out for your display, it's gonna look awesome, no matter how you do it. Maybe I'll add some feathers to this. I really haven't set my mind in stone on that yet. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep staining and adding dryer lint until I feel like I have enough on there. So we will get this all going. Make sure you got gloves. Make sure you cover your work area. It's gonna get pretty nasty. So if you're on a table that you really, really care about, cover it up with some plastic, some paper, something, because it's gonna get messed up. Now, I got some messages for 2023 Halloween videos that I did saying, oh, so-and-so copied you, this and that, and it's really kind of uncalled for. I'm doing tutorial style videos, or just videos doing unboxings, or, you know, just showing the decorations that I have. Nobody's copying me. I'm doing this for people to use this as kind of like a blueprint to do it for themselves. So yeah, in a sense, I'm doing this so people can copy, so they can do it. If somebody is a little timid about doing something or really doesn't have an idea how to start, there's tons of videos out there how to do stuff like this. This just happens to be mine. So if you use it, it's awesome. It makes me so much happier knowing that people are going to decorate and get into the spirit of, you know, any kind of holiday. It makes it so much more fun for everybody, especially for the kids, and people like me absolutely love it. So there's no copying. It's all about having fun. Just think about how many decorations or displays that the big box stores sell that so many thousands of people go out and buy. And it's the same thing at every single store. Yet they sell out every year, and nobody says they're copying, because you're just getting decorations from the store to decorate and have fun with. So it's all about having fun. Don't worry about being negative or who's copying who or who's doing what. Just live your life, get your stuff, have fun with it, and enjoy it. Maybe not try to be exactly like your very next door neighbor or something like that, but, you know, get what you want and have fun with it. So I'm going to go all through this thing. Finish getting all the chunks on here that I would like. And I do have something that I would like to mention. So I got this very cool jellyfish mood lamp. It's like a lava lamp meets fish aquarium type of deal, except you put water in it and it has little silicone jellyfish that float all around, and it changes all kinds of colors. It's really, really cool. I am going to do a free giveaway on this to somebody, and it's going to be free to enter the giveaway. I'm going to be shipping this out to you for free. I do not know when or how I'm going to do the giveaway. It's going to be coming up soon. I've got to go through all of YouTube's requirements for the giveaway. Unfortunately, there has to be all kinds of regulations because people get jealous if they don't win, and it's really kind of crazy, but you got to follow their rules, and that's what I'm going to do, so I don't have any issues. But I'm definitely going to be doing some giveaways. I got a lot more stuff to give away. It's all brand new. All I've done is open the box, do an unboxing video, and put stuff back in the boxes. So everything is going to be completely free. It'll be shipped right to you. I just have to figure out exactly how to do it within the guidelines so everything is legit. So stay tuned, because I'm going to have plenty of that stuff coming up. All right, so I'm just going to finish going all around this thing. I'm going to throw this on a time lapse. You can watch it or you can skip ahead, whatever you like. I do want to say, the more hair that you have in your dryer lint, the better this is going to look. So if you got dogs or cats or any kind of animals and you got hair in your dryer lint, makes it look so much more effective. Got all the dryer lint and stain on it. It's looking pretty nasty, which is exactly what we want. We want to get this thing all gross and chunky and let this thing dry and then come back and do the black dry brush on this. Of course, you could do other colors if you want. I'm just going for like a burnt kind of look, so just a black char is all I'm gonna do. Now, several ways you can just let this sit in a room and dry over a few days. You can put a fan on it, however you want to do it. I have found that taking this outside, putting it in direct sunlight, it pretty much dries in one day. So that is the route that I always take with this. The owl is dry with the stain. Looks really, really disgusting. And now it is time to dry brush it. Very simple. You can use a throwaway brush for this. I have, certainly works just fine. I think the best thing to use for doing the dry brush is the foam brushes. This one's pretty stiff. It's been used and didn't get washed out, but should be just fine. Just gonna get some black acrylic paint, throw it down, and you're going to just dab your brush in there, get a little bit of paint kind of all over it, like so. And then I just wipe it off to get it kind of as dry as you can. And you're just gonna come over the top of all the ridges of all those chunky bits that we glued on there. And it's gonna start coming together. Very, very cool. If you need a little bit more, get a little bit more. Make sure you dry that brush off though. Don't go on too heavy at first. You can always come back and do more. I probably should have just got a newer foam brush, but this will work. And any of those chunky bits that you didn't get stained, now's a good time. You can go ahead and hit them with the black and it's gonna look perfect. So just kind of go over all the ridges. It's gonna look very cool. I've done several props like this now, and with the clear coat spray paint, they can be right out in the rain, whatever, it doesn't affect them at all. You can go kind of heavy in certain spots if you want. Just try not to have that brush look to it so it looks more natural. Of course, I don't really know how natural that's supposed to look. I'm just kind of going off of like movie stuff. But just kind of give you the idea there. It's gonna look really cool with some clear paint on it. I just really like to get any of the top ridges really good. I think it looks more effective that way, I'll say. Get the inside of these wings here. This part goes really quickly. You know, you're just highlighting is all you're doing. Just giving it that charred look. That's all you're doing here. Looks absolutely cool when it's out there on Halloween night and people are walking by going, oh, what is that thing? That's so gross looking. I believe that is it for the owl, for the corpsing. Still gonna do the eyes. Won't take very long for this black acrylic paint to dry. It dries up really quick. Within about a half hour to 45 minutes, this stuff's dry. But it looks great. That is it so far. It's looking really good. There's the rat so far. Rat's looking really good. It's gonna be laying down there, just in front of the owl like so. Owl's all done, and I've got these eyeballs that my daughter made me out of resin. The pupils are a little big, but my daughter made them, so I'm gonna use them. They're just like a half of a ball there. So I just stuck them in the socket here and twisted it just to kind of scratch the paint there to get an idea of what the size is. And I've got this little burner tool. I'm gonna kind of burn that out so it'll stick in there better and glue those in. Then I'm gonna come back with some liquid latex over the tops and the bottoms of the eyeball, and then just to fill up the eye socket a little bit with some liquid latex. And I'm gonna mix that liquid latex with a little bit of red paint so it kind of looks like a bloody, nasty eyelid type deal. All right, here's the deal for making kind of the bloody eyebrows. Also, the little hairy chunks that I made to make it look like it's ripped these out of the rat. I'm also gonna put some liquid latex on these. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of liquid latex, a little bit of this scarlet acrylic red paint, mix it together in a little Tupperware, do a throwaway Tupperware. I just got like a toothpick, use whatever, mix it up, and a throwaway brush. And I'm just gonna brush a little bit all around these eyes, maybe a little bit around the beak. I don't know, maybe inside the body a little bit, but I'm definitely going to brush the red liquid latex on these bits that's supposed to look like guts from the rat, because it's really gonna give it that cool kind of effect, and when people touch it, it'll feel kind of real. So just mix up a little bit of your latex with some red paint. You can use red dye, you can use red stain, use whatever kind of red or any other color that you would like. I just happen to have this, so it's what I'm gonna use. So I got that. Just gonna start with a little bit and see how that looks. This latex dries fairly fast, especially since I'm only gonna use just a little bit in a few places. It should dry pretty quickly. I've got a fan going to help speed that up. Make sure you use a throwaway brush. I don't know, maybe there's some kind of chemical you can use to clean the latex off of the brushes. I haven't found out what that is. The brushes just get ruined, so just gonna paint this on here. And if you want layers, just let it dry. Come back and give it some layers. All right, definitely not dry, but I went ahead and stuck the guts in there so I could kind of glue it with the liquid latex. Everything's got to dry up. I don't know if you can tell here on the tops of the rib cages. Not that right there, that's still not dry, but just on the top of the rib cage, it's kind of dried, and you can see it blends in really good. So that's how this is gonna dry up and look. The eyes and inside the mouth, that's probably gonna take quite a few hours to dry up. But you can see just on the edge of the eyeball right there, It's drying up a little bit. It's gonna look good once it's all done, and then you can just come back and touch it up. But I think that is the look I'm going for with the guts hanging out of the mouth. So that's gonna be, I'm gonna get some hot glue kind of strung down to the rat, maybe a little chunk on the middle of it, and then I will go back over the hot glue with the liquid latex. And I went ahead and touched up the rat with the liquid latex. This is 2 coats on there. It dries up really, really nice. It's more of a dark red. It will not be this bright, and it blends in really good, but I think the rat is pretty much done. And wherever you put that liquid latex, it definitely gives it that real feel. It feels like skin and guts. So it's gonna be somewhat like that. I'll definitely have better pictures once it's all done. But I use these cheap little Tupperwares anytime I do the liquid latex. That way I can really save what I've already poured in here. You don't want to keep dipping your brush into your main supply because it's just going to ruin it. Plus, sitting open, it's going to dry up. This keeps it sealed really, really good. And I don't know about you guys, but I never ever use these things when I buy Tupperware sets. These just add up, so they're perfect for any kind of project type thing. I need to go ahead and make a base. That way I can get these situated, get it glued down on the base before I go ahead and make the chunks and the guts that's gonna go down to the chest cavity of the rat. Because if I do it right now and move it around, it's gonna get messed up. So I'll go ahead and let that dry, get the base figured out, and then I will be back. Here is my plan for the strings of the guts coming down. And my AC starts right up. Sorry about the whistling noise. The eyes are pretty much how they're gonna be. Everything is set how I want it. I've got this board here, and I'm gonna lay it on this board. I've got some plastic down for now, just so I do this part. I'm gonna go ahead and take some hot glue, squirt it here on the mouth, squirt it here in the hole of the rat, and just let some build up, and then I'm just gonna pull it apart and sit it down kind of where I want it. Hopefully this works. Here. Just let it build up, get a big old gob there. I'm gonna get the rat, stick it where the hole is. Now this glue gun gets very, very, very hot. So that may have been too hot. It's kind of stringy looking on top of the rat, and I don't want that, but it's an easy fix. Gonna take a little bit of this liquid latex and let it kind of drip down in there with that. Now once I have this set where I want it, I'm gonna throw some fake blood around it. Here's what I have so far. Looks like it's got the guts hanging out of its mouth. Goes down to the rat. I still have to put the tongue in the rat, but I think this is looking good. It's gonna have a light in front of this, and I just need to finish the base. Get some clear coat on it, and then it should be done. Okay, I got my board here. I spray painted it brown and threw dirt on it. Gonna let it dry like that. Gonna go ahead and put the owl and the rat on here. I've got my liquid latex right here is drying. That's gonna be the tongue that's gonna be hanging out of the rat's mouth. So I'm gonna go ahead, situate the owl and the rat on here, and get those fastened down to the board. I'm just gonna drill a hole through the rat, drill a hole through the owl's foot, and secure it to the board. I went ahead and did a board like this because my thought is on the sides, maybe I'll put a couple boards like 5.5, 6 inches tall, and then I can put my fog machine underneath here. So I'll kind of have like this prop hiding the fog machine so it can be out in plain sight yet hidden. So I'll go ahead and move this over, kind of at an angle, like so. This actually looks really cool. Really glad I did this. I'm pretty sure I paid like $5 for this owl, and the rat's just from Dollar Tree. So really, really cool looking. Once I get the tongue hanging out of the rat, it's gonna look so much better. I'm just gonna let this dry so I can get everything secured and then worry about that tongue. So I'll get a little close up here. I think it looks really, really cool. Got the blood and the guts dripping down in the rat. Rat came out nice. Still got to put the tongue in, but it does look cool just the way it is. I think this will make an excellent cover for a fog machine. Really, really like it. All right, it's all done. All clear coated and looking good. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys are doing something like this, do you like it? I think it came out pretty good. The look I'm going for is I wanted it to be creepy and nasty, so I think I achieved that. And like I said, this is gonna be most likely a cover for a fog machine, maybe a bubble machine, something like that, but I think it'll be cool sitting somewhere for trick-or-treaters to walk by and look at. Thanks for watching.